President Joe Biden will be in Las Vegas today to announce new action to lower housing costs across the country. According to a fact sheet obtained by NBC News, the action will include calls for Congress to pass a law requiring landlords to cap rent increases at 5% or risk losing out on federal tax breaks.
With us now, former Secretary of Housing and Urban Development under President Biden, Marcia Fudge. Today, she's officially joining the Biden-Harris 2024 campaign as a national co-chair. Thank you so much for being with us. Obviously, the affordability of housing is one of the greatest challenges facing, I was going to say young Americans, but young and old Americans alike.
It absolutely is. And thank you for having me this morning. I'm happy to be a part of the team. Housing is a crisis in this country, and it has been for some time. I'm really excited about the fact that the president is announcing this in Las Vegas, where the crisis is particularly acute. Housing prices, especially rents, are going up 10, 20% annually, and it is making it such that we have more and more people who need assistance, more and more people being pushed to the streets. I think that the president is saying to this country, I hear you, I see the problem, I know the problem, and I'm going to do everything I can to solve the problem. And I'm really excited about what can happen when we try to make sure that every American has decent and safe housing and affordable housing. And that's what today is about.
Secretary Fudge, good morning. You obviously have firsthand experience in this, and you've witnessed it from the inside as Secretary of HUD. What are the big challenges from the inside that you saw? You might have come in with an idea about how you were going to fix things. What are the challenges that face anyone looking for housing, expensive, less expensive, or otherwise in this country?
Well, there are only really two things that we can do. One is build more housing, because until we put more housing in the market is going to continue to drive the prices up. So there has to be more affordable housing. But secondly, as we're talking about Las Vegas again, 1 in 3 homes in various parts of Las Vegas are purchased by corporate buyers. Corporate buyers come in, they own almost 1/3 of the recently sold housing in places like Florida, Las Vegas, and other places. So they drive the prices up because they hold on to them. They don't sell them. They rent them. And they raise the rents on an annual basis. And it has created a real problem because we have no control over how that is happening. That is why the president is saying it's time for Congress to do something, to act, to make sure that people are not being gouged and that people can continue to expect to find something that they can live in that is affordable.
Madam Secretary, you, of course, used to represent the state of Ohio in Congress, also from Ohio. Donald Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, someone you know. Give us your impressions of Trump's pick.
I would just say this. I'm not sure any of us know who J.D. Vance is. Just in my time knowing anything about him, he has reinvented himself at least 3 different times. The only thing I'm clear on is that he wants a national abortion ban with no exceptions, and that he believes that women should continue to live in abusive households. That's the only thing he's been consistent on that I'm aware of. Ohio, I think, would do well to continue to try to figure out who he is.
All right, national co-chair for the Biden-Harris 2024 campaign, former Housing and Urban Development Secretary Marcia Fudge. Thank you so much for being on this morning. Take care. And
hey there, MSNBC fans. I'm Luke Russert, and be sure to join me, Rachel Maddow, Jen Psaki, Lawrence O'Donnell, Steve Kornacki, Joy Reid, and many more September 7th in Brooklyn, MSNBC Live Democracy 2024. Click on the link for ticket information. We will see you there.